After the mecca that was the Daytona 500, the Castrol GTX Cup Series season for season 36 is underway. And we're here at Rockingham, North Carolina for stop number 2 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 36 at North Carolina Motor Speedway and the track known as The Rock. The running of the GM Goodwrench Service 400s were set for 59 laps of racing on this 1.017 mile racetrack located in the Sand Hills of North Carolina. Here's your starting lineup for the 5th race in a row at Rockingham. It is Kyle Matthews on the pole for this. As he has swept so far both poles of season 36 so far. He won the pole for the Daytona 500. He is alongside car number 18, Noah Sewell in the Interstate Batteries Chevrolet, excuse me. Row number 2 has car 75. It is Laura Chung in the Raymont Oldsmobile. She's alongside car number 15. That is Aubrey Scott in the Motorcraft Ford. Row 3, Mitchell Hodak in car 22, the Maxwell House Ford. He's alongside car number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, driven by Zachary Fitzwater. Going to row number 4, it's car number 52, Seth Cullen, at the wheel of the Isaac's Track Shack Ford. Had to read the sponsor on the hood on that one. He'll be alongside the Snickers Ford, car number 8, Joshua Osborne at the wheel. He's alongside, going to row number 5, has car 55. That's Alexander Rowe, the Jasper Engines Chevrolet. He's alongside number 4. That is the car of Eric Monaco in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Row 6 is car 11, Jessica Shelton in the Budweiser Ford, car number 11. She's flanked by car number 1, Trent Dunham in the Skull Classic Oldsmobile. Next row down is car number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. He's alongside car number 17. That's Reggie Fogelman in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Next row down is number 66, Raphael LeDuc in the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Ford. He's flanked by car number 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac. Next row down has number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, Cole Deaver. He's alongside car number 25, Colin Cropley. Next row down is the Daytona 500 winner, Paul Minnick in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. He's flanked by car number 68, Ben Cohen in the Country Time Oldsmobile. Next row down is car number 28, Keith Batson in the Texaco Haviland Ford, and number 83, John Andrews in the Purex Ford. Next row down is a pair of green cars, Tori Gossett in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26. She's flanked by car 33, Nathan Orman in the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Next row down is number 71, Charles Sanford, the Big Apple Market Chevrolet, and number 94, Sunoco Ultra Chevrolet, Dylan Poteet at the wheel. Next row down is number 5, Austin Reed in the Tide Chevrolet, and beside him number 21, Quentin Moore in the Citgo Ford. Next row down, Andrew Miller in the number 10 Peter Later Chevrolet. He's alongside number 7, that's Lyle Austin in the Hooters Ford. Next row down, number 9, Cody McGurk in the Melling Performance Ford, I'm making a lot of bloopers already there in the starting lineup. Melling Performance Ford, car number 9. And beside him, number 90, the Splitfire Spark Plugs Ford of Caleb Fogler. Next row down is Ali Liara and number 16, the Keystone Beer Ford. And number 98, that is the Molly Black Gold Chevrolet of Ryan Brommer. Next row down has number 12, Christian Bracken in the number 12 Raybes's Chevrolet. Beside him, the number 49, Ameritron Chevrolet of Tito McCoy, and starting shotgun is Wes McCoy in car number 48, the Rumpel Racing Pontiac. And that's your starting lineup for today's running of that GM Goodwrench Service 400 as we're about to get the command of fire the engines for today's running of the event.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command given the fire the engines as we're set for action here today at Rockingham as the pace car leads the field off a pit road for the pace up, and we'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Field rounding through turns number 3 and 4 right now. Pontiac Chevrolet front row for this event. Kyle Matthews, who won the pole for the Daytona 500, is on the pole here today at Rockingham. He's going for 5 wins in a row on this track here. He swept both events in season 34 and 35. And here in the pole for first race of season 36 at Rockingham, as our green flag flies, and we're back, and we are underway in the GM 400. And 4 wide already, almost 5 wide. Come off turn number 2 right there. Several cars getting way. Whoa, gosh. Talk about your rowdy starts here at Rockingham, North Carolina here. Jessica Shelton almost got into Dylan Young and almost took them both out. While the number 15 car of Aubrey Scott got way up high, and Zachary Fitzwater's up in the high side into the wall. Come on, turn number 2, as he and Aubrey Scott got together right there in the 15 machine. And now Austin Reed, the number 5 car, to the low side there, 3 wide there out behind. As Aubrey tries to pick up a few spots, or I should say Austin tries to pick up a few spots here. Gets by Dylan Young and Trent Dunham both as they come out turn number 2. And several cars getting in this track going so fast. Cars going so fast on this track, they're doing some wall scraping coming off this corner here. As Noah Sewell dives inside, he'll go inside of Laura Chung for position, and he takes away 6th position. And I got a pair of black cars going out of here. Number 66, Rafael Duke, gets by Keith Batson, and he'll bring John Andrews with him in the 83 machine. And up behind him, Cole Deaver, that black number 3 to the low side. Intimidating that number 83 machine of John Andrews right there. And up behind Deaver is Tori Gossett in 26. Actually got a pair of ladies right there behind her. Gossett in 26 and the 11 car of Jessica Shelton. As you jump inside with Jessica Shelton, and we all see the yellow flag is flown for the first time here today at Rockingham on lap number 5. And there's Kyle Matthews is your leader of the race. And it's Andrew Miller in car number 5 and car number 10 who has crashed. Take a look at what happened to him coming through turn here on lap number 4 as to bring out the first caution flag of the day. It was Eric Monaco and Lyle Austin that got into each other right there. And then here comes a 10 car of Miller. And Zachary Fitzwater spins right into Andrew's car and sent him, and Tito McCoy, or Wes McCoy, I should say, in the 48 car, had spun as well, too. And there's the look of the number 4 car, Eric Monaco. Here's how he got turned right there. He got off Paul Minnick's car. And then you saw Lyle Austin get into a spin right there, and then and there's where Fitzwater and Miller got into each other right there, and then Fitzwater got hit by the 48 car of Wes McCoy, and so several damaged up cars right there on the not even 5 laps into the event here at Rockingham, North Carolina. As Wes McCoy and 49 car of Tito McCoy, the McCoy team, on pit road there. And Tito gets off of pit road there, 45 miles an hour pit road speed limit here at Rockingham. And comes back in there, sans nose, to join the fight here today. So, caution number 1, flying on lap number 4. Kyle Matthews is your leader of the GM Goodwrench Service 400. We'll be back in a moment. Pace car about to come on the pit road right now to restart this race on lap number 9 here at Rockingham. Kyle Matthews is your leader. 2nd position is Mitchell Hodak. 3rd is Alexander Rowe. Joshua Osborne is in 4th. And 5th is Seth Cole. Green flag back out. Back and away here at Rockingham. So how I tell you, those guys got very rowdy on the start of the race right there. We saw 3 wide, even 4 wide racing at Rockingham, and you don't see 4 wide all that much on a track like this. If we saw 4 wide a little bit during Daytona Speedway stuff, but 4 wide at Rockingham is very rare to see on a track like that. And now they're beginning to fan out a little bit as they come off turn number 4 here. So jump inside now with Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Deaver looking to advance another position, not only advance a position, but also get redemption on losing the championship last season Yeah, Deaver did not get off to a good start here. I think he got crashed at Daytona. Deaver right now up to 8th position. Up ahead of him is Laura Chung in 7th. And now he and Chung hook up as they get by Joshua Osborne in the 8 car. Osborne way up high in the number 8 machine. And now Rafael LeDuc and Seth Cole go at it for 2nd position right now. And all trying to catch that 42 at Kyle Matthews. And they're all saying, not again for the fourth race in a row, pretty much. But don't say they're not trying their darndest to try to keep up with that 42 machine, though. However, as we're now 12 laps in the event, there, Rafael trying to not only keep up with Kyle, but also trying to keep 2nd position here. And now Laura Chung goes inside. She takes 3rd position away from the 55 car of Alexander Rowe, and the yellow flag's now flying for the 2nd time here today. And it's Colin Cropley, car 25, who has spun. Not a good start for Cropley this season. Take a look at what happened to the 25 Kodiak Chevrolet here. You saw Noah Sewell way up in the high side, number 18 machine. Yep, and he got into Cropley. Teammates for the Cropley team. Boy, Colin's not going to be happy at all with Noah over that one for sure, if I know Cropley himself. So the 25 and 18 cars get together right there, and I'm sure a little talk in the garage is going to be in order over that one too. So that moves Cropley in 36th position right now. Kyle Matthews remains as your leader. We'll be back to restart. We'll restart right after this. Lap number 14 here at Rockingham. Pace cars lights are off. Will be a separate restart here. It'll be on lap number 17 of the event here. Kyle Matthews remains as your leader. He has since the green flags fell. 2nd position is Rafael LeDuc. Right now, 3rd spot is Laura Chung. 4th is Alexander Rowe. Seth Cole's in 5th position. Cole Deaver in 6th. Keith Bass in 7th. 8th is Nathan Ormond. 9th position is Trent Dunham, and Jessica Shelton runs in 10th position. 11th right now is Dylan Young. 12th is Mike Becker, a heartbreaker. He suffered in the 500. Same with Shelton. Both had a shot to possibly win it on the last lap of the event and got out snookered in that race as well too. But Becker runs in 12th position. 13th is Joshua Osborne. 14th, John Andrews. And 15th is Austin Reed as the green flags with the fly. Back underway, lap number 17 here in the GM Goodwrench 400. Cole Deaver going up to the high side now, trying to get past Seth Cole on the high side, and that's not going to work as Deaver way up in the high side along with Nathan Ormond. As they come off turn number 2 right now, Trent Dunham and Jessica Shelton trying to draft by the 33 machine. You don't normally hear the term drafting on the 1 mile track here like you did at Daytona. As they go into turn number 1 here, on board Jessica Shelton's car, right down that white line in turns 1 and 2. See how she drives 3 and 4. 158 miles an hour going in turn number 3, and she goes way up the high side along with everybody else. Down about 135 miles an hour, 140 come up turn number 4. And up to 161 miles an hour into turn number 1 goes car number 11. Her last lap 146.133 miles an hour. Again, about 158 miles an hour into turn number 1, and turn number 3, excuse me, down 132 miles an hour at that time in turns 3 and 4. Following Nathan Ormond in car 33, trying to get past Alexander Rowe in car number 55. So Jessica making some strides herself as they try to come off that turn right there, and some of the cars up ahead. That's Dylan Young in car number 2. He's had some problems with number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. Evidently an unscheduled pit stop for the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft team. Whatever problem is on that car right there, they got it corrected right now. But bad news for Dylan Young. He is, I think, tailing in the lead lap. No, he's a lap down, so he's the only car not on the lead lap. in 36th position. They're averaging 87.81 miles an hour at this point of the race right there, and make that 89.513 after 21 laps. Kyle Matthews, who for the last 4 races at Rockingham has put a good old-fashioned woodshed whipping on everybody else, and everybody else is thinking, what do we have to do to beat this guy at Rockingham? Well, Keith Batson and Raphael Leduc trying to give it a shot. They're running right now second and third at this point right there, but Batson right now is currently sitting 1.1 seconds back here, and Leduc was 1.18. Leduc now goes inside and takes position on him. But now their only hope is if Matthews catches up with Dylan Young, and Young's going to get. And their only hope is for Young to give Matthews problems on Kyle trying to pass him issue. Now on board Kyle Matthews' car, the king of Rockingham as of late. Let's see how he drives this track. As we rode with Jessica Shelton earlier. Now Matthews, let's see how fast he goes into turn number 158 miles an hour. Up to high, so he goes down about 133 miles an hour. Up turn number 4, 137 miles an hour. Foot flat to the floor into turn number 1, 158 miles an hour into turn number 1. And down to 134 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2. He's up on the high side on that track. That side of the track, here's how he drives in turns number 3 and 4, 157 miles an hour into turn number 3, and down to 132 miles an hour off turns 3 and 4, down to about 139 off turn number 4, and Kyle's last lap 145.494 miles an hour, and he has already built up a 1.7 second advantage on the field here at Rockingham, North Carolina. And one guy, and talk about moving up. How about Austin Reed? He was 15th the last time we talked about him. He is up to 4th position in car number 5, the Tide Ride. Austin Reed, whose team has been gotten better, whose team had gotten better at the last few races of last season, and seems to be ready for this season, obviously, too. There, and of course, that number 5 team is who he drove for last season, and this season right now still with the same team right there. He's right now running. He was running 3rd the last time by. It's now 4th at this point as Laura Chungus. Right now, Jessica Shelton dives underneath him for position. Shelton, who had a 3rd place run, Shelton who finished 3rd by the way in that Daytona 500 we talked about earlier. Off to a good start this season so far, and maybe possibly on her way to en route to hopefully for her 7th championship in this series. And Jessica does have a policy on. And Jessica has said though, if she wins any season after she wins a championship, she runs part time. So yeah, but she is running the number 11 Bubba's records this season by the way too. After running the Coors Melling cars last few seasons, I should say. And now Jessica up the high side right now as Laura Chung goes by. Mitchell Hodak goes by as well too in the 22 car. Tries to go by the Maxwell House Ford. Trouble running that high side, running the high groove at Rockingham. You do back off quite a bit. Now Austin Reed tries to get back to that 3rd position from Raphael Leduc in car 66 here as they come off turn number 2 right now. So move Austin up to 3rd place at this point. They're now trying to chase down Keith Batson for the 2nd position in car number 28. There he is, the Texaco Haviland Ford, the Davey Allison colors. Off turn number 2 they come. And where's Kyle Matthews? Well, he's all alone. Well, not really. He's got lap traffic ahead of him, but but he has pulled out a huge lead right now. He is leading 3.69 seconds the last time by, and this time by this time by it's 4.15 seconds between 1st and 2nd. So like I said, everybody else is saying not again here at Rockingham. when it comes to this driver here. Kyle Matthews has got the combination. Look at this, 3 wide and no problem. Never a problem in Rockingham for the man from the state of Ohio as they come off turn number 2 right now, and it gets by Tito McCoy, or tries to, in that 49 machine. And see if Dylan Young's got anybody to pass there. He's still not on the lead lap. Well, he's now one of 2 cars 2 laps. He's now one of 2 cars 2 laps down. What happened to Quentin Moore in the 21 machine? Quentin Moore suffering a little bit of trouble here earlier in the race. There he is, Quentin in car 21, the 2-time series champion. Won champion in season 26 and season 26 and season 34. Yeah, see, it was an unscheduled pit stop in car number 29. Car number 21. There he is coming down pit road. So yeah, it was an unscheduled stop here apparently for this number 21 Sitgo team. So Quentin, I'm sure, can't wait to get back to Richmond, which is next on the schedule for the Mobile 1 400. And there is Wes McCoy in 48, Zachary Fitzwater in 30, the car that got involved in an earlier altercation. Battle for 3rd position going on. The 5 and the 36 and 66 cars going on right now. Austin Reed versus Rafael Duke, and throw Mitchell Hodak in that bunch as well too, in that 22 Maxwell House machine, as Hodak goes for position right now. He's in 5th position, excuse me, in car number 22, and give a call to that number 4 car. How about Eric Monaco in car number 4? Up to 7th position, getting pushed by Joshua Osborne in car number 8. Snickers Ford, excuse me. It was a Buick last season, but this season it's a Ford. Monaco gets trapped behind Zachary Fitzwater and now falls in and cuts in front of Osborne. I'm sure Osborne didn't like that move at all. But Monaco gets by now, and whoa, the 48 and 30 cars both got close, and McCoy gets off the wall and traps Tori Gossett behind him. She's got Mike Becker in the 43 car up behind her right now, as Alexander Rowe, Seth Cole, and Dylan Poteet all go by, and now Mike Becker finally says, "Screw falling at 43 car. I got a race to run." Turns number 3 and 4 right now here, as we continue to watch as we now go back to watching the 4, 8, and now 11 and 33 cars go out here. It's Monaco in the 4, Osborne in the 8, Shelton in the 11, and Ormond in car 33. As now Trent Dunham also tries to join the fray as well too. As we jump back on board with Jessica Shelton. Shelton right now running in 8th position at this point of the in this juncture of the event. And she sees the rest of the pack up ahead of her right there, up to Keith Batson at least. And Jessica doesn't know who she wants to go with. She decides to go with Eric Monaco, but she gets passed at the same time by the 33 car Nathan Ormond. She had to back off a bit right there, as honestly Monaco had to back off as well too in that number 4 car. So that drops Jessica down to 9th position right now. Monaco at the 8th, and Ormond up to 7th. And now Eric tries to go inside of Nathan as well too, and now Trent Dunham throws his hat in the ring right now, the number 1 car, and moves him in the top 10 now, up to 9th position. Skull Classic Oldsmobile. Now a pair of Skull cars go at it, and whoa, Ormond and Dunham almost got close together right there too. Dunham almost got into the 33 machine. And now Dylan Poteet pulls up behind Jessica Shelton, and now Poteet wants to enter the top 10 himself as well too. And he does so. So move car 94 up to the top 10 right there. Poteet winner one time last season. That was at Watkins Glen. Off turn number 4 they come right there. So I'm about to complete the 45th lap. We're now down to 14 laps remaining in the GM Goodwrench 400. You see that, and you saw the ticker right there up ahead, and you saw how much Kyle Matthews' lead has grown. It is now 6.67 seconds. There is Kyle right now going to turn number 1 and number 42 machine. Back inside the number 42 Meliella Pontiac. Right, got the stereo turned up. Got the stereo turned up. His CD, his air conditioning going right now, and listen to some. Must probably listen to some music maybe. And he is out for a Sunday drive here on this racetrack here. Meantime, race going on right there between the 8 and the 5 cars here. That's Osborne and Austin Reed now catching up to both Rafael Duke and Keith Batson. As Austin Reed tries to push Osborne past both those cars right there. As they have now taken 3rd and 4th away now at this point as Batson drops the bend. And now the 22 car of Mitchell Hodak. And Kyle Matthews Smith's got problems! Matthews had a problem on his 42 car. And we are getting rid of a gearbox failure on the number 42 machine. Kyle Matthews will not win his 5th in a row at Rockingham. Unbelievable! And for the rest of the field, the prayers have been answered here at the GM Goodwrench 400. And it's now Joshua Osborne to the top spot. How about that? A turn of events here at Rockingham. And so now we got a race for the win here. It looks like right now the way they've been going on for second place at this point of the season, at this point of the event. And Osborne looking for his first victory of the season. He won a couple times last season. Finished number 3 in the points with that 26 machine. Right there, and they're 3 wide now back there. That's Poteet, Ormond, and LeDuc. And Ormond now gets by LeDuc. As you saw LeDuc get a little bit loose coming down the front stretch here, and the tires are starting to wear out here. When we mentioned Rockingham, we often say Rockingham and Darlington are about 2 of your worst tracks when it comes to tires. Because their tires are like sandpaper on both those tracks here. And of course, we'll find out when we go to Darlington for race number 5 of the season, the Love's Travel Stop 500. Keith Batson now going by, trying to hold off Dylan Poteet for possession there. As you see now, Austin Reed and Joshua Osborne. It's now a battle for the win now here at Rockingham, North Carolina. And Matthews only the second car to fall out of the race, by the way, too. Only to the 10 car of Andrew Miller. And now Austin Reed going for the lead, and he's got it. 6 laps to go. Off into turn 3 now. Osborne dips down low. Here comes Austin Reed off that 4th turner. To Osborne. The Snickers Ford to the low side. The Tide Chevy on the high side. And it's Austin Reed who led the last time by here off turn number 2. But Joshua Osborne has it right now. And now throw Keith Batson. And it's now Batson going for the win. Batson's car's been strong all day long in that Texaco Haviland Ford. He bumps that 5 car out of the way, or he puts the bumper to him. 55 laps in the books now, 4 to go. Mitchell Hodak getting into it. Nathan Ormond getting into it now. And how about 71 car, Charles Sanford. entering the top 10 right now in the number 8 position right now. He's gotten by Trent Dunham. Now tries to get by the 66 car of Rafael Duke. And now Mike Becker, low side, takes position away from Nathan Orman. That's 5th position for the number 43 car. Joshua Osborne trying to hold them all off to win here at Rockingham. It'll be the first time since, I think, season 33 in the AC Delco 400 that somebody other than Kyle Matthews is going to win at this race. In fact, it will be the first time since season 33 in the AC Delco 400 since Matthews swept both the season 34 races and the season 35 races as well too at Rockingham. As they come off turn number 4 right now, car number 5. Austin Reed gets by Osborne. Osborne now slipping back a few spots now. White flag is out. Keith Batson is now your leader, and he's trying to hold them all off here on the last lap of the racer, but Quentin Moore up ahead, the lap car. Batson dives inside there. Moore up the high side, Batson down the low side, but it's not going to make any difference. Off turn number 4, Keith Batson wins the GM Goodwrench 400 at Rockingham. The number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford to the victory lane here today at the Rock. Holding as he gets by Joshua Osborne, coming to the white flag in this race here, and the Davey Allison colors. Goes to victory lane here today, Mitchell Hodak. 2nd position here today. 3rd position will go to Austin Reed. 4th will go to Joshua Osborne. He was so close, but fell back only in the 4th position. Not a bad run for that number 8 car, nonetheless. Mike Becker comes home in 5th position. 6th will go to Trent Dunham. 7th to Rafael Duke. Charles Sanford 8th. Seth Cole 9th. And Nathan Ormond will finish in 10th. Average speed 117.523 miles per hour. And so you see the finishing order here in today's event here, and of course let's take a look at what happened to Kyle Matthews. First let's take a look at what happened to Kyle Matthews on when his problems started. He was leading them all down with 11 laps remaining in the event. Actually, they were coming to 11 laps remaining in the event right there. And yeah, his car started slowing down right there. That's where his problem started right there, coming off through coming out of backstretch into turn 3 on lap 48. So that's where his problems all happened. And on the pit road he went, and that was the end of the event for Kyle Matthews as he lost the lead on the 48th lap of the event. And so that was where. So, yeah, that's where the 42 team fell out of the race here, as and that gave the lead at that point to Joshua Osborne, and since that time we had a pretty good battle for the win here. But it was Keith Batson who prevails here today. The rest of the finishing order here for you here. Tori Gossett with an 11th place finisher today in the 26 machines. 12th will go to Dylan Poteet. Eric Monaco 13th position. 14th will go to Cole Deaver. Laura Chung, who started this race in 3rd position, she ends up finishing 15th. Reggie Vogelman, then Aubrey Scott, Cody McGirt, Jessica Shelton dropped to 19th after running top 10 for most of the event. And John Andrews with a 20th place finisher. Caleb Vogler 21st, Ben Cohen 22nd, Colin Cropley 23rd, 24th will go to Ryan Bromard and Alexander Rowe, Christian Bracken 26th position, Ella Liara 27th, then Paul Minnick 28th, 29th Lyle Austin, and Noah Sewell, who started outside pole in today's event. He ends up finishing in 30th. Tito McCoy 31st, Dylan Young 32nd, Zachary Fitzwater 33rd, Wes McCoy 34th, Quentin Moore, the last car to finish this race in 35th position. He was 3 laps down, unfortunately for Quentin. Kyle Matthews, who had led the first 47 laps of the event, and with the fallout with a gearbox failure with 12 laps remaining in the event, or the 11 laps remaining. No, it was 12 laps remaining in the event. Excuse me on that one. Led the first 47 laps of the race right there, and then have a gearbox failure with 12 laps to go. Ends up finishing 36, and he will not. So Kyle will have to now. So Kyle now will have to start a new streak at Rockingham. Looks like for him, and Andrew Miller ends up finishing in 10th, 37 position. 2 cars out of the race here. 35 cars finished the event, and 30 of them finished on the lead lap. But a big win for Keith Batson as he takes home the GM Goodwrench 400 here at Rockingham, North Carolina. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got in our races, we got gaming videos, we got in our online videos. Whatever the president of the industry, Seth Coles to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Store Sell Cups. There's the main series on his channel. And if you want in on future seasons of Seth's Series, be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going. And also be sure to check out our other channel that is industry offline. Our channel being X86753985X. X86753985X. That's Dylan Young's channel. The man who does the industry Spectrum Mobile Cup series. And also subscribe to his channel for some cool stuff. And also subscribe to the channel that he and Kyle Matthews does together. That channel being We the Coasters. If you are a roller coaster / theme park / amusement park fan, then We the Coasters is the channel for you. And subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff. And also subscribe to this channel you're watching here, the Industry Sports and Gaming channel, for some cool stuff as well too. As I said, we got in our offline races, we got in our online races, we got gaming videos, whatever Seth Cole desires to have for this channel. You name it, he does it pretty much on this channel. So that would do it here today at Rockingham. For now, it's James Qualls of production of the industry, celebrating 11 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Richmond for the Mobile One 400.